Dude, that is a shot right there. That is nuts. My name's Kyle. I have a marine science background. I have a huge film background, and I own a video production house in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And one of the things that I've been wanting to do for a really long time is to have the opportunity to have an underwater housing. I've been wanting one since I started doing film and video forever now, I guess. I went to school at Coastal Carolina University. It's right down the street here, and I remember the first time that I saw one of these things in person, it was with a biology professor. His name was Eric Burge, and he was like, why don't you just, ask for it for your birthday or something like that. I thought it was neat. The guy was trying to help out, but for me at the time, that was just not possible. So I've got this box. I haven't opened it up yet. I'm actually filming on a FX3, and I have a FX30 up top right now to be able to show you guys kind of what the system looks like. It's supposed to be used for an FX3 or an FX30, as well as a 24-70 G Master Mark II f2.8 lens, and that's what I'm filming on right now. But we're gonna get some test shots with it, and I think it's gonna be cool because I'll take it to my father-in-law's land. They've got a pool over there first just to test it out, obviously in a safe environment. But I wanted to start this vlog off because this is kind of my full circle moment, right? I'm able to kind of go from this kid who didn't really know what he wanted to do with marine science, and then go from completing a undergraduate degree to starting a video production company, to trying to figure out what he wanted to do with that video production company, having it be successful, and then moving forward and doing stuff on my own that I wanted to do for me, not for anyone else. And that being creating some content surrounding some marine science and marine life. And I think it'd be really cool to do maybe even some documentaries that are involved in conservation and or other species and things, different stories surrounding some of that. So right now, let's open up this box. This is from Ikelite. They're a very famous and well-known camera housing company. And what they do is they kind of customize the ports, and they customize the systems themselves to be able to hold the housings or hold the cameras themselves. And I believe this one's rated up to 100 feet. I'll double check that later. But anyway, we're going to open it up. So there's a lot going on here. There's so many boxes that I really don't even know what I know what I ordered, I know what I got, but I'm just kind of going through this. And obviously I'm not an expert in this. I really don't know exactly what I'm doing with all of this, so this is kind of like my journey to be able to figure out exactly what I want to do with some of this stuff. And I think it's really gonna be really neat to be able to kind of show how this goes and what all this is going to be able to do for me, and what kind of content we're going to be able to get from it. So we've got us some O-rings, some multiple different types of O-rings, port extensions here, big old port extension, massive. Some silicone lube. When you get these housings, they're going to have so many different moving parts because they want to make sure that they can accommodate the lenses, they can accommodate you during your dive itself. So as I was reading up on it, obviously there's tons of different types of lenses, and you can kind of customize this however you need to. Lots of things in these boxes. Always some silicone lube. That seems to be the kicker there, the characteristic of the deal here, which is probably really important, so I won't lose any of that. Let's see what we got here. zoom focus gears. So obviously when you're underwater and you've got a lens that you can zoom in and out of, and then you can focus, they're going to give you some fixtures to be able to do some of that with. Trimway rail set for DL housing. Oh, this is kind of cool. So when I was looking at this before I bought it, this kind of helps you balance out the rig itself when it's underwater, because apparently it gets too top heavy one way or another sometimes. So that is that. Full transparency here, I really don't know what I'm doing with this, but I'm gonna learn with you guys. And what's cool is hopefully in a few weeks I'll be able to take all this to the Bahamas and test it out on some really crystal clear water. I go diving here all the time at Scuba Express over in Merle's Inlet, South Carolina. Great spot, really cool people to check out, and really good for learning new certifications and such. I'm actually in the middle of learning my advanced underwater certification. Oh, this is really cool. So being able to transfer data while the camera is still in the housing, which is really neat. So you don't have to worry about taking everything apart, taking it out. They said you can call them to be able to see how everything kind of fits together and how it all works out. So I might be doing that as well here soon. 42mm port extension. Very neat. So this is a handle. It comes with a left handle, so you have to buy the right handle. Kind of sits like that. So it's kind of neat. More Allen wrenches than you could imagine. Vacuum pump with gauge. Now, pretty cool. You want to make sure that there's no water that gets in this thing when you actually get ready to dive. So you can actually use a vacuum pump to make sure that the water is out, I think. Don't quote me on that. What we got here? Trigger extension. So when you're scuba diving and you have your gloves on and everything else on, it's nice to be able to get to buttons a lot easier, so you don't have to reach around as much. And this is kind of what this is for, a little piece to be able to make sure that you can shoot everything you need to easily, so you don't have to reach around so much. So nice little additions there. There's a couple of them. So what we got here, the 8-inch dome port. This is kind of cool. I'm super excited about this one. That is a huge dome port. Holy crap. The thing is the size of my head. Bigger than my head. That's nutty. And for the big guy. Alright, this is a housing for not just the FX3, but also the FX30, which is kind of cool. Alright. Ike light. Pixar didn't happen. Underwater systems. That looks like it's for... Oh, that's for packaging. That's interesting. Show my wife some... Oh, wow. That's really cool. That is crazy. Kind of a somber moment, y'all. I mean, like, this is no joke. This is my baby. This is going to be my next step. This is really neat. This is crazy. First things first, I'm going to do is actually just put this other handle on it so it looks and feels a little complete. This thing is crazy. Lots of moving parts, a lot of how-to videos and things like that are going to come into place. This is so crazy how big this is. This is it, guys, and this is the start of what I think is going to be a wild endeavor. If you guys like check anything else out, I do have a other film group called 963 Film Group. It is my production company that we do a lot of documentary filmmaking for small business, and we do a lot of tourism and golf in the Myrtle Beach, South Carolina area. If you guys like to check it out, you can check it out at 963filmgroup.com. I'll leave a link up here, and you can check out the link down in the bio as well. I'm going to start an Instagram page and a LinkedIn profile specifically for this kind of content. So when I go into this kind of stuff, I really want to be able to niche this down for me. And what that means is sometimes when we get into full-blown documentary filmmaking, sometimes there's guys that are solopreneurs, solo freelancers. I think I have enough experience being able to create a documentary at this point, or create some kind of brand films that include some underwater images, or in underwater videography, underwater films themselves. And I believe that we could create something kind of wild with that. So if you guys would like to check it out, or see if we can partner or collaborate in some way, shape, and form with your next product, or with another meaningful brand, or some kind of conservation documentary comes to mind that you guys would like to be able to do, please let me know. I would love to be able to touch base with agencies and or brands that would have that kind of heart as well, so that we can go ahead and create some content in that space. It's be something that I really would like to get into. So if you guys would like to check me out actually testing this thing out, I'm going to go to Rhett and Gwen's land in this video here and be able to test this thing out underwater, to be able to get some of the shots that are required, so that we can use this in rough seas and crazy conditions. So thank you guys so much. See you guys next time.